In this video, we are discussing pedigree analysis. So what is a pedigree? Pedigrees are used to analyze the pattern of inheritance of a particular trait, most often a disease, throughout a family. So an analysis of traits in several generations of a family is called pedigree analysis. So any trait, whether it is an abnormality or a disease which is inherited in a family for many generations, if we want to study that, we can use pedigrees. So in human genetics, pedigree study provides a strong tool which is utilized to trace the inheritance of a specific trait, abnormality or disease. So in most cases, pedigrees are used to study genetic diseases, how these genetic diseases are transmitted or inherited from one generation to another. Now let us look at the symbols that are used in pedigree. So the square box is used to denote male, round is used for female, and this type of symbol is for sex unspecified. If the sex of the individual is not known, then it is used. Then if the boxes are filled up, that means this represents the affected individual, the trait that we are studying. If it is affected, individuals are represented through this filled up boxes. A single line between a male and female, it shows marriage or mating. A double line shows mating between close relatives, which is known as consanguineous mating, that is mating between relatives. Lines that originates from this line and then goes down and shows two boxes, the male and female, these are represented, these are the children. So if these are the parents, then these are the children of the parents. If affected, then this is, for example, in here the male child is affected, and this symbol with 5 written, that means 5 unaffected offspring. So these are the symbols that are used for pedigree analysis. So let us look into some of the pedigrees. First, let us look in case of a trait which is inherited, which is autosomal and recessive. So how do we know if it is an autosomal or recessive? So here, for example, if you see here, in case of male and the parents, you don't see the traits, you don't see that they are affected, but the children are affected. So first generation and second generation we have affected. So in this case, affected individuals, they transmit disease to 1/4 or 25% of the offspring. So as you can see here, 25% of the offsprings will be affected. Then consanguinity increases the risk of autosomal recessive disorder. So if there is a mating between close relatives, there is an increase in the in this autosomal recessive traits if there is mating between close relatives. Now if you look into this pedigree, if you want to know the genotype of the parent, because parents are not affected, and as you know it is autosomal and recessive, so here if they are not affected, that means they should be carriers. So here as you can see, the genotype of the parents are heterozygous, where they have this recessive allele, but because the dominant allele is present, so it is not expressing in the parents. And this affected individual, the male and the female, they should be recessive. They should have both the alleles which are recessive, then only they will express the character. So the affected individual, the genotype will be recessive. Because it is autosomal, so we don't denote it as XY. We will take autosomal, we'll denote it with the alphabet. For example, we are denoting here it as A. Capital A for dominant allele and small a for recessive allele. Okay, let us take another example of autosomal dominant. Here the trait is in the dominant allele. So as you can see, it is expressed wherever the dominant allele is present. Here also the disease is transmitted to 25% of the offspring. Now genotype of the affected individual will be either this one, heterozygous or homozygous, because the defect is in the dominant allele. So wherever this dominant allele will be there, they will express. Whereas the others which are unaffected will have the recessive allele, because the recessive allele does not carry the disease. So all the individuals who are unaffected will have the recessive allele. Next, let us see how the sex-linked recessive. First we see the X chromosome. If the defect is in one of the X chromosome, then how the pedigree will look. So here also, if the defect or if the trait is carried in the X chromosome, mostly what we see is that here, as you can see, only the males are affected. Here also you can see in the second generation one male, and in the third generation also you get that only males, the females are not affected. Okay, so if only males are affected, it is likely to be X-linked recessive. This is recessive because parents are not showing the character but the children are, so it is a recessive. Females only act as carriers and remains unaffected, because if you see the genotype of the parents, the female is the carrier, as you can see here, carrier, but because it has one X chromosome, this masks the effect of this. And the male, as you can see, the parent male is normal, so here XY. But the affected males will have the genotype XAY. Now this defective gene, which is not expressed here because it is recessive and it is masked by the dominant X, here because it is present and there is no X chromosome to mask it, therefore it will express. So that is why, and because Y does not have any allele for that, so whatever is present in the X, that will only express. So in this case, as you can see here, in case of males you have the disease and the females do not have the disease, but the females are the carriers. Next is if the sex-linked dominant trait, if the trait is in the X chromosome and it is dominant. So in this case, as you can see here you can see every generation there is one affected because it is in the dominant, and mostly the males, they transmit it to the daughters. So males transmit disease only to the daughters, female transmit disease to half of the son and half of the daughters. Now genotype of the parents is that in this case the male is affected, so the female is not affected, so it will be the normal. And in that case where female is affected, you can see female will have this, but because it is in dominant, so this will express, and male will have this genotype. Okay, now if the defect is in the Y chromosome, so as you know, Y chromosome is only present in males, so only males will be affected. As you can see here, only the males are affected, so it never skips a generation, so all generation will be affected. As you can see from this pedigree, only males are affected, father transmit it to the son. The genotype of the parents will be male will have, the defect is in the Y chromosome, so it will be present only in the males, so all the males will have the same genotype, as you can see, while the females will be normal. So this is the pedigree of a sex-linked dominant in case of Y chromosome. Thank you.